Camera 1, camera 2. Welcome back! It's Wes, Eater, and welcome to the rest of the Fat Gaucho wine tasting. Obviously, I had a few sips of wine. I am ready to go, so let's train. The 2011 Malbec. It is true to varietal. It is 100% Malbec. This specific Malbec, that's the dog, be quiet dog. This specific, come back here please, Malbec sees no aging, which means it goes right from the stainless tank into the bottle, which is what we have today. This wine is great with barbecue. You know, it's summertime right now, so even in the summertime when reds, they say, die down a bit, yes they do, but there's no reason you can't take this wine, or these two for that matter, give them a slight chill, have them with some barbecue, some barbecue chicken, maybe a burger, maybe some pizza, maybe some deep cheeses, some meats, some crudité, you name it. So let's taste. Very true to varietal. It's a good balance between alcohol percentage as well as taste. So a lot of wines that are inferior, you'll find where it's a lot of alcohol, meaning it's a lot of heat, and a lot of heat in your mouth. Or not enough fruit, or too much fruit. This wine, even at a entry-level Malbec, is, again, true to varietal, well-balanced, well-structured. Let's taste. It's perfect for everyday drinking. So this is, again, true to form Malbec, meaning 100% Malbec. It's well-balanced. It's very easy to drink, whether it's summertime, whether it's wintertime, any time of year. Also, it's very versatile, meaning that you don't have to have meat with it, and you could also, again, give it a slight chill and have it in the summertime. Have it with some barbecue. So let's finish this glass. Kick the Malbec aside and move on to the reserves. You notice we have two reserves here. We have a 2010 Malbec Reserva and a 2010 Cabernet Sauvignon Reserva, both from Fat Gaucho. The difference, the biggest difference between the reserves and the basic, aging. Up to a year in a combination of both French and American oak, versus the basic, which sees no aging whatsoever. Remember I said straight from stainless. That dog needs to be quiet. Straight from stainless to the bottle. Very similar thing here. Not so much, because remember, these see aging. They go from a stainless tank into a wood barrel, a combination of French and American, up to 1 year, and then we arrive at the reserves. Also, these are 13.5% alcohol by volume, so let's start with the Malbec. You notice that in this tasting sequence, I do the Torrontés first, followed by the basic Malbec. Now we're going to do the Malbec Reserva, and when you're tasting, especially with customers, I would recommend doing the Reserva back to back from the basic Malbec. Should have thrown that one away. Okay. This is a delicious Malbec. It's got a ton of fruit to it, which is a very good thing. I smell deep boysenberry, blackberry, currants, chocolate, whatever other wine geeky terms you want. It's just good drinking Malbec. On the palate, it's full-bodied. It's got nice tannic structure that goes to the back of your throat. It's got a nice long finish. What that means is you still taste it, like I could still taste the wine. It's got some weight to it, some depth. Also, if you notice on the wine glass, you could see the alcohol dripping down. These are called legs. It's got big legs, which means the alcohol percentage is a little higher. There's a more tannic structure to it, and it's well balanced. It's got a nice color. Again, similar to the basic Malbec, where this Malbec you might, it's a little more versatile, especially when it comes to different types of foods in the summer and everything else, and everyday drinking wine. This would be a little bit more special. It's a little more depth to it. Something I personally like more. But then again, I will drink anything. So let's finish this. We'll do a quick pour. And let's move on to our last wine, which is the Cabernet Sauvignon 2010. Which, by the way, this year we were at Wine and Spirits Wholesalers of America 2013. And this won a double gold. Quite a strong accolade. And while we're at it, all of the wines won accolades. And you can see them in the Tasting Panel magazine. August issue. It's August right now. Okay, so the Cabernet Sauvignon. A lot of people say Cabernet should, the best Cabernet Sauvignons come from France, or really today's wine drinker, wine consumer knows that best cabs come from Napa, from California. Well, it's not true. In fact, this Fat Gaucho, this Cabernet, which is extremely true to varietal, it's got a really deep, pungent nose of Cabernet. Again, let's use the geeky terms, blackberry and chocolate sauce and mole and whatever else. But I like to just say it's got a ton of fruit. You could really smell the berries in it. You could kind of almost smell chocolate on it, and that's very true. That's on the nose. Great legs. On the palate, it's well rounded. What that means is it's a good combination between acidity, structure, tannins. So instead of something hitting your mouth and it's all over the place, this kind of melds together. That's probably the best way to explain it. Actually, this Cabernet has been open for about an hour now, and I think it's tasting perfect right now. So again, just like kind of Malbecs and the reds in general, let's put these kind of back in order here. You have the basic Malbec, the Malbec Reserva, and the Cabernet Sauvignon Reserva. No aging, 12.5% alcohol, straight from the tank to the bottle. Up to a year in a combination of French and American oak. Both the Malbec Reserva and the Cabernet Sauvignon Reserva. Up to a year, French and American oak. 13% alcohol, 13.5%, 12.5%. $8 to $9.99 retail, both the Malbec Basic and the Thrantes, and about $11.99, $10.99, $11.99 for the Reserve Malbec and the Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that you've learned something. And
question from the audience.
Audience, yes.
So what would you say sets these wines apart to the consumer? What are the selling points to say, why would you try these wines as opposed to others?
Okay, if you're talking category specific, meaning Argentine wines, let's talk real specific to local area New England. The owners from New England, the owners from New Haven, are really professional from New Haven. That's a selling story in and of itself. So that's for a localized Connecticut, Mass, New Jersey, New York type information. It's important to know it's a single entity. It's somebody that's really put together a good product. Moving on from the business side of it, the taste itself is delicious. There's real quality in the bottle. Thrantes somehow went MIA, but very, very, very quality grapes in the bottle. Clearly they're carefully selected. Also, you notice the label really stands out. The yellow with the offset, and you notice the difference in the scarf on the Gaucho, the red and the blue for Cabernet, and the red for the Malbec. So, here we go. Price point, delivers. Quality, delivers. GP percentage, gross profit percentage to your retailers. 33 points at state minimum, which is huge. And that's something that's, that speaks to people's language. They really stand out. They're true to character, meaning true to varietal. And something you should give a try. So that's it. I'm going to take a sip. I got my couchette, assuming that's how you say that, over there, and we're going to drink the rest of these wines. So, adios. Ciao.